Welcome to Grade 12 Advanced Mathematics. In this video, we will explore on how to find the volume of a solid using disk and washer method. Let's kickstart with our first question. First of all, you should be aware of the function. It is an x term, y equal to 4 minus 2x, but still the right hand side we will look for the x term. You are asked to find the volume about the y-axis. When it is to find the volume of the y-axis, you should know your terms should be of dy. So the terms should be of y. So how to transpose? Let us exchange the position of 2x and y. So we will be receiving as 2x is equal to 4 minus y. When you divide by 2, we will get our x as 4 minus y divided by 2. Now let's find out the values. We need the lower limit and the upper limit in terms of y. So let's go ahead with our upper limit and lower limit. If you notice, if it is x-axis, it is nothing but y equal to 0. So one of the limit is fixed, that is y equal to 0. What about the other limit? For that, let's depend on the y-axis, which is x is equal to 0. When you substitute, you will be getting 0 is equal to 4 minus y over 2, which will leave you the value of y as 4. Now let's apply the volume formula. Volume is equal to pi times integral. The lower limit is 0, the upper limit is 4. R square, or what is the function here? 4 minus y by 2. So let's square it. 4 minus y over 2, the whole square dy. Instead of y, you will enter in your calculator as x. And you will get the answer as exactly 16 pi over 3. That's option A. Let's continue with question number 2. R is bounded by the function 4 minus 2x, x-axis, y-axis given, but here you are going to focus on which axis? X-axis. So your expression should be of dx, that is in terms of x. Already the function is in terms of x, and you need to get the value of upper limit and the lower limit in terms of x. So from y-axis, you will be receiving your x value as 0. So one of the limit is 0, whereas the other limit, you will be replacing your y value as 0. So when you replace it, you will find your x value as 2. Now let's find the volume. Pi times integral 0 to 2, and your function here is 4 minus 2x because it is dx. The whole square dx, and your answer is 32 pi over 3. That's option B. Here again the function remains the same, but this time we are focusing on a line y equal to 4. When you look for a line y equal to 4, this is the origin. y equal to 4, it's above x-axis and it is a straight line parallel to x-axis. So it's actually parallel to x-axis. So we will focus on the x function, and even your limit should be of x function. So as you found before, your one of the limit will be 0 and the other will be 2. Already the function is of x, but here one thing you have to be careful. Since it is y equal to 4 minus 2x, it's a linear expression, and when you are revolving with respect to y equal to 4, you will be having your outer radius and the inner radius. How to find outer radius? Since it's a positive number, you will start from 4. Even the smaller radius, you will start from 4 minus. Outer radius means the final, the full radius until the axis, so 4 minus 0. And your inner radius is up to the function y. So outer radius, you will get it as number 4, and the inner radius you need to simplify with the function. What is y? 4 minus 2x. Don't forget to use the bracket. Four minus 4 will become 0. Negative and negative will become positive. So you get your inner radius as 2x. Now how to find the volume? Let's do it together. So pi integral, what is the limit? Lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is 2. What is your outer radius? 4. So 4 square minus, what about your inner radius? 2x the whole square. And you get it as 64 pi over 3. Let's try out this question. Here if you notice, y equal to negative 4. Same idea, but only thing here it is y equal to negative 4 parallel to x-axis. So x remains the same, the function, because it has x, and your limits x is from 0 to 2. Everything remains the same. Only change happens in outer radius and the inner radius. Outer radius you will subtract from y minus negative 4. And your inner radius is 0 minus negative 4. In the previous question, outer radius is 4 minus 0, inner radius is 4 minus y. Here it is 0 minus 4. And when you are extending, when you substitute y as 4 minus 2x, you will be getting 4 minus 2x. Minus of minus 4 is plus 4. Eight minus 2x. Here 0 minus of minus 4 is 4. And your volume pi times 0 to 2. Your outer radius is 8 minus 2x. So 8 minus 2x square minus 4 square dx. Which is 128 pi over 3. Let's continue with question number 5. Same function, same scenario, but if you look at it, x is equal to 2. So when you are visualizing x is equal to 2, it's on the right side of the y-axis. So it is parallel to y-axis. Your x is equal to 2 is parallel to y-axis. So we will focus on dy and we will look for the upper limit and lower limit in terms of y. Let's see, is that function in terms of y? No. So our first duty is to transpose and get the function in terms of y. Already we did so. So we get 4 minus y by 2. You can refer the previous questions to know how to get 4 minus y by 2. And already the limit also explained over there. Y will be 0 and y will be 4. Let's explore how to get the outer radius and the inner radius. Since it's a positive number, outer radius will be 2 minus 0. And inner radius will be 2 minus, this time it is x. So we get our outer radius as 2 and the inner radius, when you substitute, you will get 2 minus 4 minus y, the whole divided by 2. Let me split it. So I get 2 minus 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Also, negative of negative becomes positive, y over 2. So my inner radius is just y over 2 because 2 and 2 get cancelled. Now let's substitute in our formula. V is equal to pi integral 0 to 4 2 square minus y over 2 the whole square dy, which is equal to 32 pi over 3. That's option B. Let's continue with question number 6. Here the expression, axis, everything remains the same, but only we are rotating about x is equal to negative 2. As it is negative 2 and x is equal to negative 2, it falls on the left side of the y-axis. And it's parallel to the y-axis, so we will focus on the function in terms of y and also the limits in terms of y. Already we found our y limits are ranging from 0 to 4 and your expression converted as x is equal to 4 minus y by 2, which is nothing but 2 minus y by 2. Simplest form. Let us focus on finding our outer radius and inner radius. Since it's a negative number, our outer radius is nothing but x minus minus 2. And your inner radius is 0 minus minus 2. Which is positive 2. And here what is the x value? 2 minus y over 2. Minus of minus 2 became positive 2. So your expression is 4 minus y by 2. Let's go with the volume. Pi times integral 0 to 4. What is your outer radius? 4 minus y by 2. The whole square minus 2 square, which is your inner radius square, dy. That's nothing but 64 pi by 3. That's your option D. This is a special question. Your bounded region is also y equal to 4 and it is rotating about the same y equal to 4. In this case, though it is a washer method, it will get blended with the disk method. There will be only one radius. You won't be able to find outer radius and inner radius because both the function is y equal to 4. Okay, let's proceed finding it. Y equal to 4 means it's parallel to x-axis. So we will focus with dx and you need the values of x for the upper limit and the lower limit. So when you replace your y by 4, you will find your x values as, very good, negative 2 and positive 2. And your radius will become the function 4 minus y. 4 minus, and what is y? X square. Inner radius is actually 4 minus 4, which will become 0. So we can ignore it. Now volume becomes, even when you visualize by drawing, you will identify that there is no extra gap formed as washer. That's why we proceed finding volume with one single radius. Negative 2 to 2. The function is 4 minus x square, the whole square, dx. And what did you get? 512 by 15 pi. And that's your option C. Volume about the y-axis. When it is about y-axis, our expression should be in terms of y, and also we will look for the limits in terms of y. Already one of the limit is given, that is y equal to 4. If we look for the function, let us transpose and find x as root y. So now it is in terms of y. If you look at the expression, this is about the y-axis. And also the lowest coordinate you get is 0, 0. So the least point or the lower integral is 0. So volume, which is equal to pi integral 0 to 4, because it's a square root function. So we cannot have negative number, right? So from 0 onwards it starts. Root y square dy. And you get it 8 pi, which is option A. If we notice here, we are given y equal to 4 as a bounded constraint, where we are asked to find the volume that rotates about y equal to 6. So be careful. You will fix your function in terms of x, y, because y equal to 6. So it's parallel to x-axis. So in terms of x, and you will look for the values of x, the upper limit and the lower limit. Already the expression is given in terms of x, so no change on that. Only thing, when you replace your y as 4, You will identify your x value as negative and positive 2. Now comes to your outer radius and the inner radius. Be careful. It is y is equal to a positive number. So your outer radius will be 6 minus y. And your radius will be 6 minus 4. If you look in the expression, your y equal to 6 is the topmost region. Y equal to 4 falls here. So this is y equal to 4 and this is y equal to 6, right? So the inner gap is over here. That's what 6 minus 4. Whereas in the third question, if you notice, we are checking it with axis. So we compare with 0. Are you getting me? Here one of the expression is bounded as y equal to 4. So our inner gap is between 6 and 4. Whereas the outer radius is from 6 till the expression that is y equal to x square. Y equal to x square will be of like this, the function. So from 6 till the function y. Are you following me? So you get your outer radius as 6 minus x square. And your inner radius is 2. Volume is pi times negative 2 to positive 2. Outer radius square, which is 6 minus x square, the whole square, minus inner radius square, which is 2 square dx. And you get 384 pi by 5. That's option D. When we continue with question number 10, here y equal to negative 2. So if you analyze your coordinate, your y equal to 4, which is the boundary, is over here above x-axis, whereas the line that revolves, it is below x-axis. So y equal to negative 2. So when you are analyzing the functions, since it is parallel to x-axis, the function should be in terms of x. It is already in terms of x, and your x values already we know how we will find it by substituting 4, and you get plus or minus 2. That part is clear. Now coming to the inner radius, you know y is equal to x square is the function, right? So the inner radius is over here, which is the function y minus minus 2. The function y minus of minus 2. Whereas the outer radius starts from the top region, that is 4. So 4 minus of minus 2. So outer radius becomes 6, and the inner radius, we replace our y by x square, minus of minus 2 became plus 2. So you applied in the volume formula and get the answer as option B. Please note to draw a figure and analyze the outer radius and the inner radius gap so that you won't make a mess in identifying outer radius and inner radius. Let's find the volume about x is equal to 2, which is parallel to y-axis. So our focus should be, the function should be in terms of y and also the values of upper limit and the lower limit in terms of y. So let's first convert that. X is equal to, here it's very important to have plus or minus root y, because we are handling x is equal to 2, that is parallel to y-axis. So if it is in terms of rotation happening in terms of y, we should know a positive side or the negative side. Now to identify the y value, it will be 0 until 4. Now let's fix our outer radius. Outer radius measures from the right hand side. So it starts from 2 until the left side of the figure. That means negative root y. Which is nothing but 2 plus root y. Similarly, inner radius 2 minus positive side of the x, that is root y. Now you can apply volume. Pi times 0 to 4, 2 plus root y the whole square minus 2 minus root y the whole square dy, which is nothing but option A, that is 128 pi over 3. Now let's continue with question number 12. Here it is x is equal to negative 4. When you analyze x is equal to negative 4, it is on the left side of your y function, which is parallel to y-axis. So we have our x as plus or minus root y. And your function upper limit and the lower limit ranges between 0 and 4. Now let's analyze on the outer radius. Outer radius, since it is on the left side, we will start from the function, that's the positive side root y minus of minus 4. Root y plus 4. And the inner radius, we begin from the left side, that is negative root y until negative 4. So negative of negative become positive. So I start writing 4 minus root y, or you can maintain negative root y plus 4. When you enter it in the formula of volume, pi times integral 0 to 4 outer radius square minus inner radius square dy. So when you enter in the calculator, you'll get option D as your answer. That's 256 pi over 3. Let's continue with EOT 17, which is of the same idea. Here it is about x-axis. Already the function is about x-axis, so just you need to apply it in the formula. Already we have our x function 0. When you substitute our y function, we will get our x value as 2. So the limits are ready, function is ready, just you need to substitute in our volume formula. Pi integral 0 to 2 minus x whole square dx. And your answer is nothing but 8 pi over 3, option A. Here again of the same idea, y equal to 3, so it's parallel to the x-axis. The function is already in terms of x-axis. It's given y equal to 0 and x equal to 0. So let's find by substituting y equal to 0 over here. The x ranges from 0 to 2. Since it's revolving around y equal to 3, your outer radius should be of 3 until the axis. So 3 minus 0, which is 3. And your inner radius is nothing but 3 minus y, which is 3 minus of 2 minus x. 3 minus 2 is nothing but 1. Minus of minus become plus, so 1 plus x. So when you substitute in your volume, pi times 0 to 2, 3 square minus 1 plus x square dx. That's nothing but 28 pi by 3. Let's continue with question number 3. Here you are asked to find the volume about the x-axis. If you notice, the given two functions are in terms of x, so no worries about it. But when you equate these two expressions and simplify, you will be getting x square is equal to 4 minus x square. Let's bring x square to this side, so it becomes plus x square. As there are 2x square, you will get 2x square is equal to 4. Divided by 2 on both sides will give you x square as 2, which leads you to x value as plus or minus root 2. Now how to find the volume about the x-axis? Don't forget your pi. Your lower interval is negative root 2. Upper interval is positive root 2. One of the function square minus the other function square. If you could find out easily with the graph outer radius as 4 minus x square, you can start with that. Otherwise also no problem. Just proceed. You should be aware volume cannot be negative. So you will consider the positive value. Here let me go with the outer radius 4 minus x square, the whole square, minus x square the whole square. Even if you do x square the whole square minus 4 minus x square the whole square, doesn't matter. You will get it in negative. You know that volume cannot be negative, so you will be accepting the positive value, that is 64 pi root 2 over 3. That is option D. Let's continue with question number 4. Here be sure that we are going to find volume about y equal to 4. Since y is equal to 4, it is parallel to x-axis, so our focus should be on dx and x value. Already in the previous question we found our x value as plus or minus root 2. If you have any doubt, Please rewind and watch the previous question explanation. Now we all know that we are going to check with respect to y equal to 4 line that is parallel to x-axis. So when we are rotating this, your outer radius and inner radius is based on this line 4. So outer radius is nothing but 4 minus your first function, that is x square, and your inner radius is 4 minus your second function, which is 4 minus x square. Outer radius remains the same, where inner radius, when you are simplifying, 4 and 4 will get cancelled, negative and negative become positive, so it is nothing but x square. Now your new volume will be pi times negative root 2 to 2, your outer radius square, which is 4 minus x square the whole square, minus x square the whole square. To be honest, it is same the function what you received. So there is no change in the answer here. You will be getting same as the previous question, which is 64 root 2 pi over 3. That is option B. Here we are going to find the volume about the y-axis. Since it is about the y-axis, your focus should be on y. And here it is given in terms of x. How can you remove root? Square it on both sides. So you basically get y square is equal to x. So I write it in the front. That means x is equal to y square. Already you have your one of the y value as 2. And what could be the other y value? Substitute your x equal to 0 in this expression and you get your y value as 0. So you are going to find your volume as pi multiplied by 0 to 2 integral. The expression is given as y square. So y square, and it is radius square, so one more square. So y square the whole square dy. And when you enter it in the calculator, you get it as 32 pi over 5, which is option A. Please, my dear girls, you are supposed to practice entering in the calculator. The bracket is very, very important. Only then you will be arriving at the right option. Let's continue with question number 6. Here we focus on x equal to 4. When it is x equal to 4, it is parallel to y-axis. So we focus on the variable y. And we are supposed to find the values of y. In the previous question, we found it as it ranges from 0 to 2. Also, we notice that x value is nothing but y square by squaring on both sides. Here it is x equal to 4. In that case, we are supposed to identify our outer radius and the inner radius. Outer radius will be from 4, that is on the right hand side, until the axis, which is 4 minus 0. And the inner radius will be from 4 until the function, which is 4 minus x. So the outer radius is 4, where the inner radius is 4 minus y square. While finding the volume, don't forget to multiply by pi. Integral range from 0 to 2. Outer radius square, which is 4 square, minus 4 minus y square the whole square dy, and you get your value as 224 pi by 15. Let's try out question number 7. It is about y-axis. So both the expressions should be in terms of y. This expression, no worries, it is already in terms of y because you have y square. But what about here? Here, when you are finding what is the value of x, it is nothing but root y. So now when you are equating root y with y square, you will identify the values ranges from 0 to 1. So while finding volume, it is nothing but pi multiplied by the integral ranging from 0 to 1 and your outer radius, that is root y square, minus your inner radius, which is y square the whole square. When you enter in the calculator, you will get 3 pi over 10. That is option B. Let's continue with question number 8. Here we are going to find the volume about x is equal to 1. When it is about x equal to 1, we focus on the y-axis. And what about your y value? Before we find y value, make sure the expression is in terms of y. The second expression is in terms of y. But what about the first? So you are supposed to find what is x value so that you will get your expression as root y, which is in terms of y. Now when you equate these two expressions, you will get your y values as 0 and 1. So your range, upper limit and lower limit, range from 0 to 1. Now what about your outer radius? Outer radius is nothing but 1 minus x, which is a polynomial function, so 1 minus y square. When you focus on the inner radius, it is 1 minus x, and that is 1 minus root y. Since you are using calculator, there is no much need to worry about what is outer or what is inner radius. Only thing, if you switch the outer radius and inner radius, you will be getting the value as negative. Be aware, volume cannot be negative, so we will consider the positive answer. So don't strain much, okay? So volume is nothing but pi interval 0 to 1 minus y square the whole square, minus 1 minus root y the whole square dy. So when you enter in the calculator, you will get 11 pi over 30. If you switch outer radius and inner radius, you would have got negative 11 by 30. You will ignore the negative sign. You will take the absolute function. Okay, so the option is B. So that's all. We concentrate on the volume concept. Please do practice on x-axis separately, y-axis separately. X is equal to positive value, x is equal to negative value, y is equal to positive value, y is equal to negative value, so that you can master the concept well, and practice makes you perfect. Thank you and bye-bye.